All right, Porter Ranch residents have one more week essentially in order to return home. That's the deadline that's been given. Meantime, residents who are already back in their homes continue to report health problems.
Joining us this morning, lead attorney James Frantz of the Frantz Law Group. It has joined with Second Law Firm to handle more than the 500 plaintiffs in the Porter Ranch lawsuit. Good morning, James. Great to see you.
Good morning.
First, though, we're hearing your clients. You've talked to them at length. Really concerned about their health. And you've had some time to really talk to them about what sort of things they're experiencing. What have they told you?
Well, we had a meeting last night, and I met with about 1,000 residents there. One resident had a severe headache. He's about 35 years old, father of 2, married. He went into the hospital with a severe headache and was disoriented. He ended up having a subdural hematoma, a brain bleed. He went in for brain surgery, and he's recovering from brain surgery now. That was just one case.
Do you think the air inside those homes is still contaminated?
We don't know. It's being tested right now, and the test results will be out in 2 to 3 weeks. But there's an issue. The air purifiers have been cleaning the air. So the question is going to be, what happens when they turn the air purifiers off? And if there's benzene in the carpeting, in the furniture, in the draperies, in the drywall, does it come back out again? Some of the experts are saying that that might happen and raise the levels again.
The gas company's not volunteering to replace people's carpeting and curtains and things like that at this point.
They're not doing anything that they don't have to do or they're not ordered to do. They were ordered to relocate folks after the gas leak. They wouldn't have done that unless they were ordered to, and they fought it all the way, including when we tried to get an extension on February 25th. We got a temporary restraining order against them from dislocating and throwing people out on the street and back to their homes before they were tested. We went to court on Friday on that temporary restraining order, and then we got another week basically till this coming Friday. I asked the court to do that, and Judge Elias agreed to that.
Something else that you're focusing on is SoCal Gas and its liability. So what are some of the key areas that you're going to be addressing when it comes to that?
Well, we're going to be starting our discovery soon. We're getting a permanent judge appointed within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But we're going to look at when they first knew there was a leak. They've already admitted in filings that there was a leak. There was leaky wells back in 2008. They knew in 2014 that they were going to have a potentially uncontrollable leak or disaster. They reported that to the PUC, yet they still did not repair the wells. They haven't tested the well that blew since 2006. They hadn't done any tests on it to determine if it was safe. And then it blew. I mean, it's no surprise. And then all the Porter Ranch residents are suffering as a result of that. The worst freaking disaster, man-made disaster in United States history because of their misconduct.
Very quickly, you're talking about real estate values going down. Once the leak is capped, which it is now, wouldn't over time those values come back up? So how do you argue that the values are permanently that's gone away, that they've lost money?
That's a really good question. A real estate expert spoke yesterday at our meeting. It's going to be a fluctuating process. What happens if they don't repair the wells? We've got wells up there over 50 or 60, 70 years old that are in disrepair. And if they continue to use them, inject gas into them, when's the next well going to blow? That's going to affect the property values. That's going to factor into it. But it's going to be a while. Some banks aren't even financing homes there. They don't want to take the risk. People don't want to buy in Porter Ranch right now. Realtors are losing a lot of money in their business because they're not selling any homes right now. No one's going to buy there. It's a terrible, terrible situation. These folks in Porter Ranch put their life savings into their homes. That's their nest egg, and they're watching their equity slip away every day.
As this, it's a slow roll, and it's building, it's building, it's building. When do you think we're going to sort of reach a boiling point where really stuff is going to come down? Either the gas company's going to comply or judges are going to make some decisions. When's it, it seems like it's an ongoing thing that just doesn't have an end.
We're just getting started with our discovery, okay? We're going to dig deep, and we're going to find out what they knew, and we're going to find out why they didn't make these repairs, why they didn't test. And we can't just blame the state because they didn't supervise them. They should be a responsible company. If I drive my car and I know the brakes don't work, and I go out and get in a car accident and I kill some people, that's my fault for not maintaining my equipment, right? They didn't maintain their equipment. Should they be not blamed for that? They should be held fully accountable. They don't seem to care about these people, or they would have maintained their equipment. The Porter Ranch community is very angry, upset with what happened, and they should be, dislocated for 3 or 4 months from their homes. Their property values are slipping away. They've been sick. Some of them have passed away as a result of the gas leak. Some of the elderly people have. I have a client, one of the first ones I had, and she's in hospice now. She had respiratory problems before the gas leak. The gas affected her. She fell and broke her arm, and now she's in hospice. And I used to go to her house when I was 14 years old. I was best friends with her son. I went to Granada Hills High School. And now I see her. She was at a meeting of ours in January. She was great.
All right.
And then she slipped away. It's terrible.
We are out of time, and we want to tell people, though, that first of all, it would be good to have a representative from the gas company to answer some of your concerns here on this program, so perhaps we'll do that. And for updates on the lawsuit, we got some information for you. You can go to PorterRanchGasLeakNews.com, or you can text Porter Ranch to 444-999. And thank you so much.
James,
Thank you very
thanks
much.
for being here this morning. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Coming up, a stockpile